start business. Wanted to make sure that everyone is able to vote electronically. So if you have your smartphone with you, we will give you instructions on how to do that. And we're going to do a test. I know some of you have seen the sample ballot out there already. So if you go to pollev.com/STJLA, St. James, LA. So that's pollev.com/STJLA. And if you have your bulletin still, you have a QR code there as well.
We know how you want us to answer this question, Father John.
So if you've connected, you should see a polling question. Yeah. Oh, okay. We don't have paper forms, just electronic. We had mentioned that in the newsletter. Yeah. EV, P-O-L-L-E-V. Short for everywhere, EV. Yes. So the question that is displayed if you have successfully logged in is, how many scoops of incense should you put in the thurible? And your answers are 1, 2, 3, or keep going until the incense boat is empty. And so hopefully you're seeing that question. We'll get you online in 1 second. pollev.com/STJLA. Okay, there you go. Yep.
Slash.
And then STJLA. Oh, I don't think your phone is on. Are you able to turn that on?
STJLA.
Yep. Perfect. So we'll get, once we're logged in, we'll practice doing a few things. Yep. Yeah, so we'll go over just, if everyone's able to see the question right now, and if it is working for you, there's some folks who have their hand raised. If you could help out people, that would be appreciated.
It says I can't respond to it.
Oh, just because you have one response. Because you, yeah, so we're just going to the question for now, and that's it. And then we're going to go through some things about how to vote. Yeah.
Once you choose your answer, you don't have to hit submit. It just magically goes to where
Yeah,
it's
so
going.
for now, we just want you to have the poll question up, and then I'll show you how to do a few things. You're okay. If the question's up, that's where we want to be for now.
And do not take this question seriously. This is a silly question.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Which we turn blue.
So if everyone has the question up. Yep.
Sorry, wholeev.stj.
No, .com/stjla. Yeah. All right, so if you have the question up, I'll just show you how to do a few things real quick. If you choose one of the options, you'll notice that it turns blue, right? So that means that your vote is locked in, and that also means you have time to change your mind as well until voting closes. So you'll notice that once it turned blue, there's that little trash can on the right-hand side. If you thought only 2 scoops was acceptable, and then you realize, no, God would really want more than that, then you can hit the delete button on the right-hand side, clear out your answer, and then select the correct answer, which is keep going until the incense boat is empty. And then that will mark it as completed. The election's rigged, is that what you're saying?
So, Father John, are more questions going to come up for us when the time comes?
I don't know where you are, but yes. There you are.
Yeah.
So on this, if you just, when it comes time to vote, you won't have to do anything except take your phone out at this point. It will refresh with the next questions as we do ballots. But if you are on this screen and you have an answer locked in, you are all set, and that is how you vote. Sure thing. All right. Oh, do you have your, here, let me.
Aren't these guys the cutest? Don't you love our statues? And by the way, the reason why St. James is so wee is because the niche that he's going in is smaller than the other niches. It's not that we think he's less important, but he just doesn't have as much space, so we made him smaller. As we're wrapping up, getting ready for the voting, which comes later in the meeting, I wanted to just say good morning, or maybe it's good afternoon. Welcome to the annual meeting that looks back on 2025 and looks forward here into 2026. Still reeling this morning from the announcement from Father John, but remember, we get to keep him through May. We get to be together for Lent, we get to be together for Easter, and he's also only going 3 miles down the road. So he'll also be, he'll be in our world in all sorts of ways, and so be of good heart. All will be well. And I already presented to you my annual report in the form of my sermon this morning. At this time, now that I've welcomed you to annual meeting, I'd like to draw your attention to the fact that the minutes from last year's annual meeting are in your annual meeting booklet. Also, I want you to know that more booklets are being printed upstairs as we speak, so there'll be more for you in a few minutes. And let's see, I think now I can hand the microphone, actually, I should hand, well, you can work from here, yeah? you'll hear the Senior Warden's report, and we're so blessed to have Ken Robbins as our Senior Warden here at St. James.
Can you all hear me? Great. Awesome. Good. Welcome all to the annual meeting. It has been an exciting year, and lots of interesting stuff took place. I'm going to give a very short report today, which is to really acknowledge the vestry. They did just an amazing job this year. I mean, we were involved with approving capital campaign expenses. We were involved in a lot of discussions with St. James School, which are ongoing. We basically had a lot of fun as a vestry, which is not always the case, but this year I think we had just a very active group. Everybody on the vestry participated in our conversations. It was terrific. And I want to especially acknowledge the 5 vestry members who are stepping off the vestry this year. And Mother Kate has a little gift to pass out for those individuals, and we tried to line up our presentation. First of all, Leslie MG, who is going to remain as our clerk. Leslie, are you here today? I didn't see you. Leslie was a terrific vestry member. And the thing about Leslie is I always knew exactly what she thought. She made sure that I knew exactly what she was thinking. So anyway, Leslie MG is stepping off. Secondly, Matt Wallace. Matt is here. Matt was one of the most thoughtful vestry members for the past several years. Just always had an insight that others did not have. Including myself. So thank you, Matt. It was really a pleasure to have him on the vestry. Third is a longtime friend, great parishioner, Doug Jones. Doug and I often sparred at vestry meetings. We didn't always agree, but we've been friends for so many years that it was always respectful, and we always had a great conversation. So thank you, Doug. Next is Sandra Lee. Sandra, are you here? There she is. Sandra, tireless advocate for the Korean congregation and for St. James School. Just a great contributor. She and I had coffee several times. It was a very special to serve with her. And finally, our junior warden is stepping off, Chris Marcel. Chris was... He's giving back the junior warden. And that's Chris. He kept us laughing the whole time. All year long, he kept us laughing. Chris was so involved in projects with the capital campaign. He was really my kitchen cabinet. I would call Chris up and say, Chris, I don't know what to think about this issue. And Chris would set me straight. And so it was really wonderful to work with Chris. And Chris, in noting that he was stepping off the vestry, asked us to lose his phone number, which we will not. Chris, you will hear from me. I guess you could put a block on Ken Robbins, but hopefully not. So thank you all on the vestry, and I will have some other comments about the financials later on, but that's my report.
Thank you. Next, Father John is going to give us a capital campaign report.
So it seems unreal that this time 2 years ago, we were receiving the final bids for the various work items to be included in the capital campaign. And in short order, we would begin our fundraising efforts. And both by the grace of God and your incredible generosity, we were able to begin work in August of 2024. 16 months later, in November of 25, we saw so many items in the capital campaign come to completion that we were able to re-enter our beloved sanctuary just in time to say goodbye to our beloved director of music, Canon James Buonamani. In the capital campaign report, you'll see all of the major work items that we did in the last 18 months. That's by no means an extensive list. And just because we're back in the building does not mean that the work is done. The astute will notice some holes appearing in the ceiling of the narthex, and that's as we're getting ready to sneak in all of the remainder of the vents to get everything. And if you turn around and look at the back wall, you'll notice 3 little squares on each side. That is where the air will kind of blow over us. So those will soon be replaced with grates. Long-winded way of saying we hope that by around April of 26, all of the HVAC work has completed. Soon, thanks to Chris Marcel, the landscaping project will kick off in a few weeks' time, and we'll begin replacing and adding some beautiful plants and trees around the perimeter of the church and in the courtyard. And a very special thanks to Vincent for using his incredible landscaping skills to come up with a design for that. At the end of next month, we'll be putting in statues into the statuary and our crown on our bell tower, and we'll dedicate them in a special evensong with a delegation from Korea here. And then the last major thing that we're going to be doing once school is out is putting up a solar carport that'll help power about 40% of our side of the campus when we're not running the air conditioning, and then when we are, that'll help offset some of the electricity usage from that as well. There's still a lot of smaller items that we're working on, but this is all in preparation to get our church ready for the 100th anniversary of her consecration, and that happened back in October of 1926. So October will mark 100 years of worship in our current location. None of this would have been possible without your generosity. And none of this would have been possible without the work, ideas, and creativity of so many people. Our beloved rector, Mother Kate, who inspires us to think about the future. Our senior and junior wardens throughout the capital campaign, Arnold Blanchard, Ken Robbins, Chris Woodyard, and Chris Marcel, and all those who served and who will serve on the vestry throughout the capital campaign. And a particular call out to the various members of the capital campaign committees. For the Interior Committee, Doug Jones was the chair of that and worked alongside Tom Balamasi, Nancy Bishop, Clifford Challey, Laura Holt, and John Thies. For the Exterior Committee, chaired by Chris Marcel, we had Vincent Agaway, Cole Greenfield, Laura Riley, Royal Rogers, Eduardo Serafin, and Patricia Sarambetz. And on the HVAC Committee, we had Chris Woodyard and Jeff McManus, who you may remember R2D2 back into there. We tried everything before we decided to give central air conditioning a whirl. And of course, one of the behind-the-scenes heroes of it all is our beloved sexton, Julio, who has worked tirelessly coordinating with all of our contractors to keep this campus clean, as all of the sawing and sanding and everything else that goes on in here. And a very special thank you to all of you who supported this campaign through prayer, through your time, expertise, and financial gifts. May what we accomplish together prepare our community for her next 100 years of ministry.
Sending a message for more annual report booklets to come in. All right, friends, wonderful. And now I'm going to ask Father John to actually go back to the lectern and walk us, or actually you can stay, do you need to stay right there? That's fine too. He's
Nope.
going to walk us through the election process. We're going to go nice and slow because, you know, this is still new technology for us. So just take us through nice and slow.
So if you go back to the phone earlier on where you all selected keep on going until there's no more incense left in the boat, you will see a new poll now. and that is you will see the 7 names of the candidates who have put their names forward for vestry. So hopefully at this time you're seeing a new poll on your screen. The ask is that you select 5 people.
There's 6 names.
Oh, well, let me fix that real quick. You will no longer see a poll.
Yes.
There are many people who cannot make the phone work. So how are they going to?
Why don't they? I'm sorry. What do you mean? There's a few people right now who don't seem to be able to get to this website, which is about to get refreshed right now. If you need Eduardo or me or anybody else or Peter to come and help you, raise your hand right now because we want you to be able to vote. Raise your hand if you need help. Peter, could you go see John? And Eduardo, come with me. Yeah.
So see 7 names on there. Sorry about that. Oh, 1 second.
Bulletins to the front.
Wherever they need them. Yeah, thank you. All right, the results have been cleared, and you should now see 7 names. So if you don't, just refresh your browser, but it should have reloaded. Please select 5. Yeah.
Do we have to vote for 5 people now?
One should.
Okay.
Should, but one doesn't. One may not. Okay, I can interpret it closely.
Yep.
John, after we schedule all the names and there are blue things that go on, how do we enter them?
It'll automatically record everything once the poll's closed. So no need to submit or save or anything like that. That's it. Yep. After you've selected them, once the poll's closed, it'll automatically take everyone's response. You may vote for up to 5 people.
Is there a church Wi-Fi
There is, but
that people are allowed to use?
to lock it in, if you just have 5 and they've turned blue, when we close the poll, it'll record everything. We will vote for 60 more seconds. After you've selected 5, there is nothing more you need to do. There's nothing you need to do after you have selected 5. Polling will close in 15 seconds unless there is objection. Unless there is strong objection, polling will close. We have 2 strong objections. If there is somebody who has their phone working, can you please help them? Okay, yep. All right.
Those people are being helped. Another shout out to artist Trevor Shin for the artwork on the cover of the annual booklet. He's right here. Can you stand up, Trevor? It's very striking.
Unless there is strong objection, we will close. We're waiting for the thumbs up from Eduardo.
While that's happening, I'm hopeful that you'll take home your annual booklet and read all of the other reports. They don't get read aloud at annual meeting, but there's all sorts of great information in here about the work going on in all the different committees and gatherings and groups here at St. James. So please, and lots of great photographs too, so please enjoy this at your leisure.
The poll has now closed, and our rector will announce the slate.
So remember that we have 5 people out of the list of 7 who will be serving on the vestry. So first I want to thank the 2 people who stepped forward generously but will not be serving. Thank you so much for your participation in the election. That's Jean Dillingham and Sandra Spencer. Thank you very much. And that means our new vestry members are Kathy Helm, Chuck Moffat, Bright Onyenwe, Sarah Jane Thies, and Marcia Vargas. And not to rain on your parade, new vestry members, but we're going to have a 5-minute vestry meeting immediately following this meeting, simply to elect our new junior warden and take over these all-important keys that I should mention Chris Marshall lost the first week that he was junior warden, but then he found them again. So anyway, I can't wait to find out who our new, what?
I think that's called graph versus host, is what is the rejection of the keys.
So anyway, I can't wait to find out who our new junior warden will be as well. And now we have another election, is that right? We do not?
We
have enough delegates?
Procedurally, we
Okay.
do not need an election, but we can just vote by acclamation on this one.
This is for delegates to convention.
So that would mean that we will vote by acclamation for the following people. And we had to wait till the vestry slate was announced because that could have impacted if we had an election or not. So many thanks to our delegation this year, who will be Marcia Vargas, George Marks. Where is that email? 1 second. Janet McKinnon, and then our alternate this year.
Peter Casey.
Yes. So thank you all. And when I'm putting this music stand back together, somebody will.
All right, thank you so much. That's it for the elections. Now we're moving right along to our financial presentations. Eduardo is going from being our computer techie this morning to treasurer, and he's going to give us a review of 2025. And it's in your booklet as well toward the end.
It's towards the end before all the numbers. Okay, so here's my attempt to do a boring treasure report. So the highlights for 2025, news item number 1. The parish had about $7 million in cash and investments at year's end. Number 2, for cash, our operating account has a balance of negative $20,000, and that's because we have to repay the capital campaign monies that were forwarded or advanced for the operations account. That's why there was a negative $20,000. The total contributions amount, that's for all types of contribution, including pledges and plate and all that, was about $807,000 for the year. It did fall short of the budgeted amount of $1.03 million anticipated by the vestry. And so in terms of total contributions, we are down about 22% for this last year. The deficit in operating accounts by year end was about $297,000, which was addressed by moving funds from other sources that we do have, including the Great Music Fund, the Beautification and Maintenance Reimbursement Fund, two advances from the Clergy Compensation Fund. There's an investment transfer from the DIT, which I think is Diocesan Investment Trust. And also we got stock gifts in November, which were cash. So these items made us whole, if you will. Now, for the operational reserves for this new year, 2026, we did accumulate a balance of $76,000, which is designed to be used for our operations beginning January 1st, and we're already on the 24th. So we have that money that we can spend for this current month. The total expenses for the year totaled about $1.7 million, which is above what was budgeted, which was about $1.6 million, which is an increase of 7.4%. So what that means is we had unanticipated expenses in 2025, which include the three things listed there: staffing transitions and medical leave, a change in our broadcasting in the company and equipment, and also we decided to pay our insurance property for 2026 early. Okay, so those are the unanticipated expenses for 2025. And the last bullet here is we did end the year with a net income of minus $236,000, and that will probably raise some questions. Now, this financial status for the year can be attributed to the following conditions. The first one is we are keeping the operational reserves for 2026. The second one is we do have unanticipated expenses in 2025, which is listed in number 6 in your bulletin. And there were a few pledges that were not received in 2025 due to pastoral reasons. So that's, in a nutshell, the financial status of the parish. Do we take questions now or no? Yes. So now we take your questions. This is my first
I'll go get it.
pleasure, so hopefully you will ask easy questions.
To find the microphone so that Oprah style, I can come to you.
So people can hear.
But in the meantime, I can use my mic here. Raise your hand if you have a question.
I'm right. We got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Are you going to be Oprah? I'll be Gail. You be Gail? Okay.
Yes. And also, just for your information, we have a finance committee that manages all the funds of the parish, and that includes the two rectors, myself, the treasurer, the senior warden, and also our financial consultant and accountant. So we have a team of 6 who manage our team of 6 manages our finances. Any questions from anyone? Hearing none? Yes, thank you. Yay.
Thank you. And now our senior warden is going to give us a preview of 2026.
The 2026 budget is also in your program. And, you know, both in terms of expenses and in terms of the budget in the coming year, this is not your only opportunity to ask questions. It is a detailed report. Feel free to spend some time with it. Contact Eduardo or myself. We're glad to go through any questions that you might have. The 2026 budget is as I say, near the end of the brochure, and what we're looking for in 2026 is as you can see on the income side, we have we've reduced the pledge amount from last year, acknowledging that we didn't hit that over $1 million pledge number. We are closing in on the $907,000 number this year, so we feel like we've been more realistic. You'll see, I want to highlight on the contribution side, great music donations. There's a change in our financial reporting with Canon Bonamani leaving the music position. We are bringing the music accounting fully into the parish accounting. So as you go through, you'll see higher music expenses, higher music income, and this is all because we're bringing it into a different reporting format. So our total contributions, we expect to be about a little over 1,100, about 1,150 this year. Expense-wise, we have other forms of income also, investment income, which is, we've really tightened up the way we approach our investments now. We just are taking roughly 4% each year from our investment accounts to support the parish so that these accounts become more like endowments, much more sustainable. We have a committee actually that headed by Robert Ronas, who oversees our investments. And we're in the process of actually hiring an investment manager to work with that committee. I serve on that committee, Eduardo, Robert, Andy Tomat, Steve Badikian, who else? Mother Kate, of course, and Kalechi Obuanamani serves on that committee as well. Then we have school income, which is part of our income approach, and we have a number of kind of miscellaneous income lines down below. So we expect a total income of slightly over $2 million. First time we expect the parish to be in that place. And then you can look through the expenses as well. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. It is true that our payroll expenses we expect to go up this year. And I'm glad to walk through more detail with folks if they'd like to ask that. Probably expense-wise, maybe ask me offline or ask Eduardo offline, and we're glad to walk through that. We have spent a lot of time on this, and I would like to give a lot of thanks to Father John, who has really helped us put together the budget this year. As in addition to, as senior warden, I just want to acknowledge what an important transition this is, having Father John move to the diocese, and how much I personally have appreciated working with him this year. We butted heads occasionally on some issues, but Father John is one of the most talented people I have ever worked with in any field. So anyway, thank you, John. Our expenses, we expect to come in slightly higher than our income. We think we've conservatively budgeted this year, though, and we do, as you noted, in Eduardo's report, we have a couple of line items, over $100,000 that are flowing in from 2025 into 2026, which are going to help us on the revenue side. And we expect a very slight deficit this year in 2026. Following on that, you have the balance sheet, which I invite you to study in detail and ask me questions also on that. Chuck Moffat and I were walking out together, and Chuck just saw the liabilities on the balance sheet, and he thought, well, that's all there is. There's no assets. But we actually do have assets on the page before. So, Chuck, you have to turn the page, and it's there. So anyway, any questions for me? Any broader general questions? Again, if you have really specific questions, I invite you to approach Eduardo or myself. But if there's any general questions, Father John can roll out. It looks like we have a question back here in the back.
I just wondered if we're taking 4% from our endowment, but the line for endowment income is 0. I just wondered why that was.
I'm sorry, I did.
Why is the line for the endowment income 0?
Why is what 0?
Yeah, so you'll notice it's been bumped up and is now spread over a few accounts. So I'm starting on page 1, and then at the bottom of page 1 under the miscellaneous income, and then spilling over to page 2. That shows from what accounts we're drawing each of those out of now. So we wanted to enumerate each of those accounts individually.
Thank you, John.
A reminder that we never draw from the corpus of those accounts. We're drawing interest because we're protecting them.
Oh, I see. 4,400. You were noting that. Okay. Thank you. Other questions?
Yes. In the budgeting for clergy, So John is leaving sometime around May, April, May, February, something like.
Not in February, no.
Yeah, no, I know. So when are you budgeting? Not necessarily when will it happen, but when are you hoping to be able to spend money on a new member of the clergy?
I think we budgeted for the whole year for Father John, in doing the budget preparation. This is a change that John has recently announced to us. We certainly would expect to have an associate clergy person come in at some point. Correct?
That's for sure. Definitely.
That's for sure. Yeah. Other?
Sorry, I just want to find out, because I didn't see the name here. How do we account for St. James Manor, the place over there? Do we include it in anything?
No, because that's a separate corporation.
Oh, it's separate.
We actually don't own St. James Manor. That's run by a separate board. It's a separate corporation and everything. Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Hey, I will say that I'm on that board and it's doing very, very well. And Kathy Helm is the head of that board, so if you ever want to sit down and have a conversation with her, she can tell you lots about how life is going at the manor these days. It's really something to be proud of.
So the question was on the last page of the budget for account number 6314, the pastoral care line. The question was, why is that $0? And the answer is because we, for about the last 4 to 5 years, we have not had any expenses hit that. If there were any sort of incidental expenses for pastoral care, that generally would have either come out of the clergy expense accounts or their discretionary funds. So that was just, it was a line that never got used, essentially. So we took that out of the budget.
So lots of pastoral care is still happening. We're just pulling it from other accounts. Maybe that account is just not where it is anymore.
John, I have a question for you with regard to the capital campaign expenses.
Yes.
If people have questions about either contributions that we received and
Yep.
monies still available, or expenses related to the capital campaign, what's the best way for them to get that?
Yeah, so we have, if you're on the vestry, you know that we have a piece of paper about this big that's showing month by month all of the money that's come in and on which specific items of the capital campaign that's gone in. That was just way too big to include in this report, but if you want a soft copy of that, please email us. We will get that out to you. And that'll kind of show really over the last 18 months the money that's come in and how it was spent on everything from as granular as the lighting to the painting inside to the painting outside to the stained glass window. So all of that has been tracked in quite a bit of detail. The great news as of right now, we have close to about $900,000 worth of cash in the capital campaign account. Some of the very expensive items are coming up quickly, though. All of the condensers for the air conditioning and heating, the solar carport is going to be a healthy percentage of that as well. So we do still have some major expenses coming in, but anything, and by the grace of God, some stuff will be left over, will be rolled over into the building maintenance fund that we have here.
So up to when are we accepting gifts for the campaign, the capital?
Forever.
Forever. Oh.
Anyone can give to the capital campaign for as long as they'd like to. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Now it's time for other business, so better hold on to that mic. Do you have any other business? I don't have any other.
Kind of gave the big announcement.
I know, right?
But now it's just any other questions, doesn't have to be anything in the report. Anything else that's on people's minds, questions, comments, concerns?
Ernest? Yeah. The mic is coming to you.
Thank you. I don't know anything about finances, so my question is not on finances. My question is on personal prayers. When I come in here, I like to meet with my God personally. So my question is, are we going to have that, that personal space where we pray at the candle? Are we going to have it back at all in this church?
I can answer that question. The idea that we have now is that we are using the small chapel here. That's where the bank of candles is, so that you can light a special candle if you're praying for someone. The advantage of that space is you can sit down and spend time in prayer before the service or after the service. And our idea for this space here, which we call the Lady Chapel, is eventually to have it be an area with a soft carpet and some chairs for people with babies who would like to just be sitting back there and let the babies crawl around during the service. And then the other plan is church school will resume soon, now that the parish hall is available, so that the children can spend part of the service over there. So those are the sort of changes that we haven't been able to do it until now. Any other questions? Yes, Vera.
Is Lauren Azaltine? Is she going to come back? Lauren.
Thank you. She's asking about Lauren Azaltine, our parish administrator. She is on a long-term medical leave, and the best that we know is that goes through April. And then our sense is that in April,
Our sense right now is she may not be coming back. So we'll find out a little bit more in April, but that is when her leave goes up until. So. I want to go.
Right now we have an interim parish administrator who's doing an amazing job for us. Her name is Diane Pound. I've known her for 20 years. Her daughter taught my children how to swim back in Massachusetts. So anyway, she's here just filling in for us while Lauren is on leave. She will not be our permanent parish administrator. We'll be, if necessary, we'll be posting that job in the future.
Yeah. Hold on. If we can make sure people are on microphone, and I want to kind of go in order. So, and just make sure it's very close.
Well, it's just an observation on church bulletin. You know, the updates. You know, the old updates we have usually have all you guys' names there with your email and phone contact. You know, but some of, you know, when you come now, it's not this one. It's not there anymore. And you know, when I take it home and I want to contact the office, I always grab it because it's handy. And if I don't see that, it's not easy for me to go looking. So I would like you, if you can, to continue, you know, putting that at the back of the, yeah. You know.
The office phone number, the music phone number, the school phone number, office hours.
Yeah,
And email.
yeah.
It's all on the back page of the bulletin. Okay, in very small print.
Wait, hold on. I want to try to go in order. You had a question?
Okay, my question has nothing to do with this, but two concerns. One, the restroom at the back. I don't know when they're going to take care of it because we have some people that cannot afford to be going to the other restroom, and it has been a long time that nothing has been done about it. So it's something I really...
So what's going on with the restrooms right now is they'll probably be open again around April. But the reason for that is just above the restrooms, there's two 10-foot by 10-foot areas, and that's where the air handlers are going to be installed. That's going to push all the cold air or the hot air through all the ducts. So as we've kind of laid all the ductwork underneath the church, it actually goes up. It's going, ducts are going through the restrooms and above that area into there. So once all of that work is done, then the restrooms will be available for use again.
Really good point, and I would like to offer, just until April, there's a tiny secret bathroom here, and it's right on the other side of the organ. And so I'm giving permission for the secret bathroom until these ones are open during service. If you don't want to make the trek all the way, yeah, it's just up these little stairs here. What's your second question?
Because today I saw a woman looking all over. She didn't know where to go.
Yes, I know.
Okay, the other concern I have as members.
Closer to your mouth, please.
As members, what's the system we have in place? Like if somebody that comes to this church and after many months we haven't seen them, how do we get in touch with them? Mm-hmm. How? Because I have seen some members that have been absent for long, and I have to follow up and say, don't we have something, a system, or people are assigned to be, like if we don't see a member, for somebody to at least contact them?
I mean, that's challenging. Sometimes what happens is someone will come back to church and say, oh, I was in the hospital, I had a serious illness, but I didn't want to worry you. And so it's, even though it's our job to worry. So we have to depend on people letting us know. We can't just look out and say, who's missing? We need you to be our eyes and ears. If you see somebody's missing, you contact us. And if one of you is going in for surgery or chemo or something, we beg of you to let us know, because then we can pray, we can visit you, we can find friends to visit you as well. But we need, the system is just tell us. That's the only way. I mean, I think the ACF is pretty good at tracking within the ACF what's going on with people. So in a sense, you have a system based on that smaller community. But our system is depending on you and your eyes and ears and communication with us. And please tell us.
2025 financials, 7C, it says a few pledges not received in 2025 due to pastoral reasons.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Oh, are you asking why?
Yeah.
What are the? No,
yeah.
We're probably not going to publicly talk about people's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about the pledges? What was the question? I didn't hear it.
You wanted to know the pastoral reasons why the pledges didn't come in.
Yeah, that's. Any other questions? Okay, I'm coming back.
Oh, I got it.
Nice and close to our mouth.
It's a commendation. It was really nice seeing the choir move over to their old place with the chairs instead of the pews. It reminds me of St. John's Cathedral, the one in Adams. It's amazing. Thank you all for doing that. And with the process.
Thank you.
This place now looks like St. John's Cathedral to me. I'm telling you, with all the renovations and everything.
And the piano's back.
And the organ is back.
And the piano's back as well. Yeah.
So thank you all.
Thank you.
For your consideration, and thank you to the parish for your support.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, it sounds like there's not any other business. Oh, we do more? Okay, great.
Well, it's one of my favorite questions, no matter whether it's diocese or parish, and that is it not possible, this sort of goes to what Comfort was asking, is it not possible to have a parish directory? One of the ways, wait a minute. One of the ways a parish can work well is if people can communicate with each other directly. I've been a rector in one parish on the west side. I have a good friend who's a rector at St. James in Newport Beach, which is just as exclusive an area and has just as many rich people as St. James in the city has, and they have a parish directory. So I don't buy the answer that we can't have a parish directory at St. James in the city. It just means someone has to put it together. And anybody in the parish can have an unlisted number. We had people at St. Albans, when I was the interim there, who had unlisted numbers, but they had their name. And you don't even have to put your name if you don't want to. So
we have a parish directory, and when it's accidentally been sent out to people, we've been scammed so many times, and people have gotten false gift card messages, and it's just been a nightmare. I would love to have a parish directory, but I don't know how to do it. And
let people pick it up here.
Well, yes, but then the challenge is somebody spoofed a member of the vestry's email and said, hey, may I have a copy of the directory? That was not that vestry member, and they sent. We hear
people here at our church have been cheated out of hundreds and hundreds of dollars by scammers, which we've paid them back just because we felt so heartbroken that they were scammed. It's a huge issue. If I could find a way to do it and not, well.
And some of it too is the world's changed a little bit. I mean, even if you think about something as simple as the information that we need for our registry books for baptisms, when we're asking for birth dates, the maiden name of the parents, where they were born, what city they were in, that is a book of identity theft in 2026. So, some of our practices have to adapt a little bit as the world's changed a little bit. So I think what we can say is let's continue to think about it. But having a document that we blast out to everyone even if it's opt-in, having everyone's name, address, phone number, email address is tricky in 2026.
And at the same time, we certainly hear you that it's so important for people to have a way to communicate with each other. So that's a conundrum, but I haven't figured out yet a way to do it and protect people's finances. It's crazy out there right now. It's crazy. You probably have gotten lots of emails from me asking for things. Never answer those. It's never me. I'm never going to ask you to buy me gift cards. I'm never going to tell you that I'm trapped at an airport in Iceland and need your help, right? But it's all the time now. And I respectfully hear what you're saying, and we've got to figure out a way to be able to have more connectivity in this crazy world. Yeah, I'll reach out to the rector at St. James and see how they figured it out. Good idea.
Any other thoughts, feelings, questions, concerns, jokes?
I want to give one more shout out to our colleague, Father John Kim, like Father John Fuse was saying this morning, a living saint. And I'm so glad that members of the Korean congregation are here this morning as well. Thank you, John Kim. And before we adjourn this meeting, I just want to say, if you are a current or new member of the vestry, then instead of leaving, please just come up to the choir area here for a 5-minute meeting so that we can elect a new junior warden. And other than that, I think we're ready to adjourn, aren't we? And so, not walk in love. Go in peace. Thank you. Well, I do want you to walk in love, but I'm actually going to say, go in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Thanks be to God.